have you noticed how quickly the conversation seems to have changed from the people that are in charge? If you've been listening carefully, they have been telling us exactly what their plans are for the future. However, it's so dang confusing because it seems like what they're saying now is the opposite. So where exactly is our future headed? For years now, we were told there's a climate emergency and we all need to do our part to drive less, use less electricity, less water, and that every little bit was supposed to make a difference. But now it's like they flipped the switch. And the most important thing now seems to be the race to global AI domination. Something that is definitely not climate friendly because it uses an extraordinary amount of electricity, water, and infrastructure. And not to mention that it costs billions of dollars from countries around the world that are trillions of dollars in debt, that in many cases taxpayers are going to be footing the bill for. And some of these facilities are so large that they use the same amount of power that a small city does. And in many cases, the grids are not coping. And there are no signs of it slowing down. In fact, it is accelerating. In the US, there are already 3,000 operational data centers with another 1,500 in the pipeline. And in Australia, we're heading towards 300 operational proposed or under construction facilities. And in almost every country in the Western world, there are billions and billions more being invested to build even more. So why are so many of these data centers being built so quickly? What is actually the plan over the next 5 to 10 years for all of these new centers? Why the investment and urgency? As Yuval Harari, World Economic Shield, says, this revolution, the AI revolution, is unlike any other revolution we have had before. And that is because the tools that revolutionized the world empowered humans with their ideas, and we were the decision makers. But now AI is capable of not only making its own decisions, but also thinking for itself, completely independent of humans. This doesn't empower us, it actually takes our power away. And it's likely to actually take more power away as time goes on and it gets more advanced. Previously, tools like the knife or the printing press helped humans express their ideas. And this is why the technology is unprecedented. In the back of my mind, I cannot help but wonder if this race for global AI domination is part of the Great Reset agenda that the World Economic Forum is so excited about, and how Klaus Schwab says in the future we will own nothing and be happy and live in 15-minute cities. Some people say that AI now provides capabilities for mass surveillance, digital ID, digital currency, and social credit systems. To me, this does not seem like such a conspiracy theory anymore. Just like China's credit system that has been running for years now, will this enable the governments to set up systems that control us with our behavior and deduct points away from us that affect our ability to get a loan, a mortgage, to get employed, to even buy groceries? This is a real reality that is happening in China. It is not a conspiracy. I don't know. It is almost impossible to know fact from fiction now when it comes to certain things because of AI. And I don't even know how much control governments really have, or if it's more so the powerful, ultra-rich corporations and organizations that are really pulling the strings. And when we look at the disparity in wealth, the gap is getting so much larger. The billionaires are becoming even more rich and they're more powerful. You know, You look at what happened with the Epstein list, and basically they're trafficking children and doing all this other disgusting stuff. And who's the only one who is being arrested? One woman. It's absolutely ridiculous. That just proves to me that the rich and powerful can pretty much get away with anything. And anyways, we're being asked to embrace one of the biggest technological revolutions, in fact, probably the biggest in history. And we still haven't ironed out the social impacts, environmental impacts, the extreme use for water, and again, not to mention the economic impact, because the governments around the world are trillions of dollars in debt. Where is this money coming from? The leading AI companies are bleeding money. I don't think any of them are profitable yet. And even worse for the economy is the potential job destruction it's going to have. If millions of people are suddenly without a job and need to retrain, what is going to be the economic impact of that? Not to mention the community and social impact. I have been listening to many of the biggest players in AI for months now, and they are painting a scary picture. And some people say that is because they want to drum up all of this emotion and noise in society to drum up business. I don't understand why they would say that we're all in grave danger and that AI can actually eventually destroy humanity. What is the point of saying that? Can someone explain why? And to be fair, I do think that AI is capable of some amazing things. My biggest concern is who's actually in control of the AI and what their ulterior motives are. I have achieved so much more than I could before using AI. It has helped me immensely, but I don't think I'm actually better off now than I was before AI came along. And that's because I lost two of my biggest income sources as a result of AI. I no longer get any freelance writing work, and I was doing a lot of research and writing for a nutraceutical company, and that went on the chopping block, about 8 months ago. And since then, I have been working my goddamn ass off trying to claw back that income that I was making, and I'm still not there yet. And the fact is, if my competitors are also so much more productive and being able to get a lot more work done, then am I really at an advantage? Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I'm very keen to hear your thoughts on AI. Has it impacted your life yet? And what do you think is in store for the future?